Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The point is about Obamacare, it's complicated for a reason. The part people like is ending insurance discrimination, not allowing insurers to deny my wife coverage because she's a breast cancer survivor. However, you can't have that unless you also make sure that people can afford insurance so that the healthy buy it and you get healthy people into the risk pool. To just say we're going to keep the parts people like and get rid of the parts people don't, we've tried that. 7 states tried that in the 1990s. They tried to tell insurers you can't discriminate against the sick. In every single case, it destroyed the insurance market. Premiums went through the roof, and the insurance market shrunk to a fraction of its previous size. You can't have it both ways.
You cannot fix Obamacare. You just can't. It's kind of like people who go and they find this old house. And they say, well, instead of tearing it down, it's going to be cheaper, we'll remodel it. Oh, yeah, right. It never happens. You start remodeling an old house, start tearing this out, and all of a sudden you go, oh, we better replace this. You tear something out, oh, we better replace this, that you didn't plan on replacing. It's the same thing with Obamacare. It was never set up to work to begin with. It was set up to fail so that Hillary Clinton, who they thought would be president, could say, well, the only choice we have right now is the single payer. And the single payer system, they knew they couldn't get through in the first election when Obama introduced Obamacare, or otherwise he would have done so. But they knew they couldn't get it through. This was not Europe. We are not a class society. The United States, 200 years ago, didn't start out with, barons and kings in their court. To try to get a single-payer system is just going across tradition. It's just not like Europe. Europe, they accept it because they've always been a class society. So it was designed that Hillary would come in, the next president, and make it a single payer. So
what would the mechanism be, Senator or Doctor? Would you repeal and then replace, or would you modify? And does the Affordable Care Act stay in place? Will it be in place in 5 years? Do you think?
I don't think so, because there's nothing affordable to it. It's an absolute disaster. Has it brought some people in? Most of the people it's brought in have brought in on Medicaid. And you've lost a lot of people who can no longer afford the premiums or the deductibles that have resulted. And they used to have really pretty good insurance with a pretty good response. Now they can't afford what they had before because of the price inflation in it and the cost shifting.
Look, you knew right off the bat this was a scam. Because if it was really an Affordable Care Act, there would have been a mandate to make it affordable, saying it had to be affordable. How do you have an Affordable Care Act with no mandate forcing it to be affordable. And then the architect of the Affordable Care Act said, thank God we got this terrible plan through because the American people are stupid. If it wasn't for the people being stupid, remember they laughed about that, wasn't for the American people being stupid, we would never got this through. So we're being scammed. It was never intended to work. It can't work. Look, you can't take 80 million people and say, okay, let's take the 220 million people that have health care. They take 80 million of the people, 45 million of the people who have to go buy their own health care because they're not covered by an employer's health care plan. So they said, well, screw them. Exactly what Bill Clinton said, remember? He said, this is crazy. You're screwing this group of people. He's talking about 45 million people. When they put this together, they said, look, let's take the 45 million people. Nobody's going to care about them. We'll lie to them and tell them they can keep their insurance and they can keep their doctor when we know they can't. But let's lie to them. Who's going to care about 40 million people? We'll get these 20 million people on, and we'll focus on that and tell everybody, oh, look at this. We got 20 million people. And keep focusing. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful? 20 million people. But what we're going to do is take the 80 million people, or the 45 million people, and we'll make them pay for it. We'll let their premiums go up from $300 a month to $800 a month. Or $1,000 a month. Who's going to care? And we'll tell people, oh, that's just a small group of people. We'll lie and say it's just 6 million people. And we'll take their deductibles that were $500, move up to $5,000. Nobody's going to care about them. And then what we'll do, we'll lie and we'll say, well, if it wasn't for affordable health care costs has been going up for 40 years. We have slowed it down. But we won't tell the truth and say, well, nobody's benefited from the slowdown, especially these poor 45 million people who have to buy their own insurance because they're not working for somebody who provides it. And they thought, okay, at least we could do this, to paper over it until we get Hillary in office, and then she'll lower the boom. And in the meantime, how we keep premiums down so I can get reelected, this is Obama, I'm going to cut a deal with the insurance companies. I'm going to get together with the health carriers. I say, look, you just got to keep me in office so I can get through the second term. I get reelected. So here's what we're going to do. I know you're losing $200 a policy. I will pay you the difference. Nobody will know about it. I'll just take it out of Social Security fund. We'll take the money from Social Security, which we do anyways, and we'll put it in the general fund, and we'll take it out of the general fund and pay you the difference between what you're losing. So that when I run for re-election, you can tell everybody, oh, this is great. It's really working. Look at people. There's 20 million people are being covered. But they weren't being covered. The insurance companies were losing money. They would have walked out then. The only reason they stayed in because they were reimbursed from the Social Security slush fund. This thing was such a scam. And then, you know what's really funny? So these liberals are still in denial. Instead of saying, boy, we really screwed up. After they saw the Trump victory, and they're calling the Trump victory, the victory was they're saying the victory represents hatefulness over decency. That's what they're saying. The victory represents hateful over decency. They're not looking at themselves and say we made a mistake. We should have never run Hillary Clinton. It's unbelievable. Instead of saying it's a repudiation of the liberal Democratic Party, like Pelosi and Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile and Reid. See, that's what they should be saying. Admit it. See, the liberal Democrat really believes the lie, because they say if you keep lying and lying and lying, you keep believing it. They believe the lie that most Americans are better off than they've been in years. They still believe that to today. They don't get it, that they lost because most Americans aren't better off than the day Obama came to office. He'll sit there every day and Obama say, I created 15 million jobs, when he didn't. Subtract the $5 million he lost the first year in office, but he won't count those. He skipped that year. He started counting the second year. And all the jobs were waitress and government jobs and bartending jobs. They won't admit it to themselves. They don't understand the median family income is lower now than when he went to the White House. They don't get it. They don't get the Democratic Party no longer represents the working class. And that's who turned against them. They don't get it. But we get it. We'll be right back. It is now 15 past the hour here on Phil's Gang, and we're going to look at some good stuff when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160? With 2% fee, it drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
You got Obama phone?
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage.
See, this is what they focused on. Increasing welfare, the welfare state. What they still don't get today, how they lost this election. They don't understand. They don't understand that Obama and Clinton, they pushed for free trade agreements. Bill Clinton, too. But they didn't provide the millions and millions of blue-collar workers who lost their job because of these free trade agreements. They didn't provide them, the ones who lost their jobs, a means of getting a new job that paid as well. Instead, they said, don't worry about your $70,000 a year job. We're going to replace it with a $28,000 job. You can work for the government as a social worker, or you can work as a waitress or bartender. Yeah, then they're wondering, how do we lose? And here's their goal. I heard this guy today say their goal, their new goal. They're going to beat Trump in the next 4 years, they said, if we just follow a new goal. You know what their new goal is? Not creating jobs. Their goal is now to protect the vulnerable population from harassment and exclusion from Trump. They said they're going to protect undocumented workers, young people, illegal immigrants. We got to protect the illegal immigrants in here. That he doesn't throw them out. They got to protect the people of color. We got to protect our women. This is what they're saying, how they're going to beat them in 4 years. Do you believe this? Do everything possible to advance the progressive agenda at state and local levels. It's unbelievable. To reverse, he said, we're going to reverse the widening inequality. Well, they created it. With quantitative easing, QE, they created it. They said we still got to expand Obamacare. We got to expand it, not cut it. We got to get in there and expand it somehow. This is just nuts. So what has this done to the stock market? They've taken the stock market during this whole time and they rigged it. Yeah, they rigged it. They financially engineered it. It's unbelievable. The dollar, since Trump was elected, hit a 10-month high. It hit a 10-month high because of his vision. His vision is we're no longer going to need Aunt B's monetary policy of economic growth through printing and printing and printing and printing cheap money. Keeping interest rates at zero. This is how we're going to grow the economy. No, he said we're going to change that. No longer are we going to use that monetary policy that has failed the middle class, hardworking person, but it's helped the people who Hillary and Trump were trying to help the very poor, to expand, Obama, to help to expand the welfare state. See, they're so busy and expanding the welfare state, so busy protecting the illegal immigrants coming in here from Syria, so busy that they forgot they weren't taking care of middle America, the hardworking steel worker, the contractor, the carpenter, the mason, the drywaller, the UPS truck driver. See, they forgot that whole group. They didn't care about them. But they still don't get it. So the market is going to turn now. You watch and see what happens to the stock market. Because Trump, what he's going to do, he's going to replace this monetary policy of free money and low interest rates. He's going to replace this monetary with fiscal policy, where you grow the economy the old-fashioned way, through tax cuts, through tax reform. You cut these terrible regulations. Start spending money on infrastructure. This is what he's going to do. Now, it's going to cause some inflation, and it's going to cause higher interest rates. But we'll be able to absorb that. If everybody's patient, we'll be able to absorb the inflation, absorb the higher interest rate. So what you got to be now is in the right stocks, and I can help you with that. You want to be in some terrific stocks. You want to be in stocks like construction stocks, like EXME. That's a great stock. Great stock. That's the kind of, you want to be in a construction stock so that you can take advantage. Where do you think the money's going to go? The money's going to go into construction. And no longer are they going to go into stocks that makes weapons like Ruger. Money's not going to go into Ruger anymore. In fact, Ruger's falling apart. Now let's just take, for example, on November 1st, EME, this construction stock, started to move from $59 to $70. 59 to 70. 59 to 70. Now, if you were a gang member, and this was one of your 5 stocks, look at what happened. We had a buy signal. And it went up about 18%. 18%. Now, here's the problem. It's not going up because of new money coming in. So you don't chase these. If you're already in stocks that went up like this, you got to take your profits. Don't be getting into stocks right now that have moved up because everybody thought that they're going to bet against these stocks. They're what they call shorting them because they thought once Trump got into office, the market would collapse. They were wrong. They had to turn around and they had to buy all their stocks back. So we have a lot of stocks that are doing that. So I have an opportunity for you. There's such a good opportunity in stocks. And I'll explain it when I get back from the break. It is now 28 past the hour. Hang around. I want to get some great opportunities for you in the stock market. Don't go anywhere.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? Isn't it time you take control of your investments? For over 15 years, Phil'sGang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. Phil'sGang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true, right? So why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to Phil'sGang.com. That's Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, Phil'sGang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. Phil'sGang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to Phil'sGang.com, Phil'sGang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Phil'sGang.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with Phil'sGang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, Phil'sGang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil'sGang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. Phil'sGang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to Phil'sGang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to Phil'sGang.com. Now, here's Phil.
If you look at the basic indicators of where the country is right now, the unemployment rate is as low as it's been in 8-9 years.
Yeah, really. You know, I get so tired of hearing the lie, how the unemployment rate has been the lowest in 8-9 years at 4.9%, 5%. What a lie. He's been carrying that lie ever since he's been in office. The unemployment rate is not at 5%, 4%, 4.9%. It's more like 18%. Everybody knows it because they use a trick to give us fake numbers. They don't count those who are discouraged. There's 90 million people out of work. Out of the 90 million, on his watch, we went from 4 million discouraged, those who gave up looking for work, to 12 million. Yeah, 4 million to 12 million. Those are not counted in the monthly unemployment rate. They're not working, they're unemployed, but he doesn't count them. If you're on a disability check, you're not counted. If you count the people who shouldn't be on disability checks, who are very healthy, and you count all these discouraged people, if you count them all as unemployed, we're at 18%. But they keep using that same 5%, 4.9%, because the press uses it. The press will carry that for you. You never hear anyone in the press say, wait a minute, Mr. President, that is not true. That's not the real unemployment rate. That is not true. Why do you keep using that? Just to make it look good? We got 93 million people out of work. We got more part-time people than ever in history. We got more people out of... You lost 2.1 million manufacturing jobs that paid an average of $70,000 a year. You replaced them with 1.8 million bartenders, waiters, and government workers. There's 10 times more government worker jobs now than private jobs. So how can you say that, Mr. President? Thank God he's gone. But now we got an opportunity to make money in the market because it's no longer going to be financially engineered. Now, of course we made money in the stock market when it was financially engineered. How could you not make money in the stock market? When they used a huge trick. Going back to 2008, 2009, the Federal Reserve just goes in and buys from all the 9 biggest banks their bonds, their treasuries, and their mortgages. Put them on their balance sheet, the Federal Reserve, and then gave them credit. Over $2 trillion in credit. They could come pull that $2 trillion in cash, and they told them to go buy stocks. Do not loan to Main Street. Do not loan to people who are upside down in their homes. Do not loan to someone starting a small business. And then once we get the stock market going up, we'll lie and we'll tell the country, look at this. Boy, the CEOs of companies are going to be so confident in seeing their stocks go up. They're going to take all their profits. They're going to borrow money at 0% that we provided to them by screwing the savers, dropping their saving rates from 5% down to 0.25%. And we told them, and we'll lie to them, tell them it's only going to be temporary for maybe 6 months, 8 months the most. They could take that money and plow all this money. They're going to plow all this money into their businesses, buying new equipment and machinery and so forth. Then the productivity is going to go up. And when they see productivity goes up, wages are going to go up, hiring is going to go up. The GDP is going to go from 1.6% to 4%, 3%, at least 3%, creating 375,000 good jobs, full-time, high-paying jobs. That's what they sold us, a total lie. It's not what happened. It was a lie. They knew it was a lie. All that happened is the stock market went up for the 1 percentile population. That 60% of their net worth is always in stocks every day, 24 hours a day, and they benefit. And that was the whole reason, to let that one group benefit. And then to work on all the poor and the illegal immigrants, and then everybody else, they can go to hell. They're not going to count because we're going to make sure all the poor and the illegal immigrants and all those people in that group, they're going to put us back in office. Didn't happen. So now what happens? The stock market. Finally, we're going to clean the stock market out. So here's what's going to happen. We have right now, the dollar is soaring. Now the dollar is going up temporarily, as it did with Reagan, as it did with Bush. The dollar's going up. And prices are going up. That doesn't happen. It's not supposed to happen. When the dollar goes up and prices go, no. It's only temporary. The dollar will start coming down because anytime there's inflation, the dollar will come down, and the dollar will come down. And they'll start pushing gold up and start bringing down the stock market. They'll start bringing down the market. This market will start correcting, and we're going to get a good correction in this market. So good stocks, for example, like cheesecake that went up 22%. Darden Restaurant. Now, if you were a gang member, think about this. Using a chart, using my system on cheesecake, if that was one of your 5 stocks, it was a 22% gain. Darden Restaurant, we had a 16% gain. And EME, you would have had another 18% gain by using a chart. So don't chase these now. Be patient and let this market pull back, because the dollar is soaring temporarily. And it'll start coming back down. Now, and if the Federal Reserve raises rates, which they will, in response to Trump's inflationary policies, then that will support a gold and another rally in gold. So be prepared for a rally in gold. Now, we'll lead you through this. Just join the gang. It's $39.95. We'll bring you through this. Just like I did last December, I told my gang last December, let's start buying mining stocks. Nobody wanted them. And our mining stocks were up over 100%. So the soaring dollar is creating a lot of uncertainty in the stock market right now. Because any increase in interest rates that is going to be, which is going to result from a larger deficit, could choke the recovery for Trump. But remember why we elected him. We want to grow this economy. So he's going to have to raise interest rates. But we'll be able to absorb an interest rate hike because he's going to grow the economy. Just got to give him a chance to grow the economy. This is the time to start buying stocks. Once we get that correction, you can buy stocks on sale. See, higher yields on a 10-year Treasury indicates higher interest rates for the U.S., causing anyone who has bonds to get their face ripped off. But it sends a message overseas to all the investors overseas, hey, look at this. Our interest rates are going up. The yields are going up on the bonds. That indicates our economy is going to be growing. So they come over here right now, what they're doing, they're dumping their currency, the euro, and buying our dollars. So that's creating a demand for dollars because they're taking the dollars and starting to buy stocks, starting to chase stocks. But soon that will stop because you can't have the dollar going up and the stock market going up at the same time. It doesn't work. So the market will start reversing. And once it reverses, start going to your construction stocks, start going to your defense stocks. That's where all the money's going to be made. See, normally, anytime you see the dollar rising and prices drop as the dollar forces the prices down, you have to think, how could it be the dollar is rising? It makes no sense. Well, it does make sense right now because, again, everybody from Europe wants to be in our market. You got to buy stocks, remember, with U.S. dollars. You can't buy stocks with euros. So don't let this dollar rally, and it is. It's freaking everybody out. They can't figure it out. But now with Trump controlling both the House, the Senate, the White House, investors realize there's going to be a lot of stimulus, printing of money for his infrastructure programs. But even though we have that inflationary program, it will be absorbed because for the first time, the economy, the GDP, will grow to 3%. We'll be right back after this break with some more stock ideas.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160 with 2% fee? It drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You're listening to The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grandy. Be sure to check out the all-new Phil's Gang website at philsgang.com.
Time will now tell whether the prescriptions that are being offered, whether Brexit or with respect to the U.S. election, ends up actually satisfying those people who've been fearful or angry or concerned. Because I think I can make a pretty strong argument that the policies we put forward were the right ones, that we've grown faster than just about any advanced economy.
Grown faster than any advanced economy. Really? He's the only president in the United States, and the only president we've ever had hasn't grown the economy by 3%. This guy just doesn't get it. But here's what we do get going forward. We are finally, with Trump, we're going to clean up the crooked Federal Reserve. No longer are we going to rig and front load the stock market by going in and making deals with the bank, the Federal Reserve, to buy all of the bonds they have and all the mortgages they have in exchange to give them cash so they can push and push and push the stock market. Oh, it's been a wonderful thing. Only problem, very few people made money in the stock market because most people went to the bond market. About the 5 percentile, they're the ones who made all the money, but the people all went to the bond market. After the crash, went to the bond market, and that's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. And they're getting their face ripped off now with bonds. getting killed. Let me give you a number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Join my gang now. I'm telling you, I will bring you through this. And in the next 6 months, you're going to see a market. You can sleep at night again. You don't have to worry. All this garbage is going to be totally cleaned out of this market. You're going to be buying stocks because they're earnings, because they're making profits. You know the stocks are going up without companies making profit, because it's going up simply by plugging money into those stocks and pushing them up. That's all. Which gives us this huge bubble, which has made, this will be the third one that crashes, and this is why people are so scared of the market, because they've already gone through 2 crashes. Now they're going to go through a third crash, and it's going to be the biggest crash ever. But not my gang. They're not going to go through the crash. They're going to make money when the market does crash. They're going to make money on the way down. It's called shorting. Give you an example, Intel. Intel, just through one of our 5 stocks we trade all year. Intel was green, just turned red for us. Just turned red for us back here in October 14th at around $37. It dropped to $33. So we're out. We weren't going to get hurt. But not only were we out, we made money selling it short. So that's a 13% profit. But we were warned to get out, switch it to a sell short, and we were told by our chart, a color-coded chart. Now it just turned green in the last 2 days. But here's where you're going to get the comfort level. This scared of bubbles will be gone. Because you're going to have first the right equipment, and I'm going to be teaching you. And this is for passive investors. People have no time at all. Let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Call now and get your free color-coded chart. Join the gang to get it for 1 month. And you get and again, you don't have to put any time in this. Now, I want to warn a lot of people. People are starting to get sucked in what they call these principal protected funds. They're one of the biggest scams ever. When you hear it on the radio, and you'll hear it on Saturdays running around like I do, these principal protected funds. Do you know these funds where they guarantee you, where the salesman says, you got 100% guarantee. You'll never lose money on your principal. But please remember, there's a big difference between 100% return of principal and 10% return, or something in between. It's a scam. What they don't tell you is investors have lost $113 billion in these products, but the sales of these products during that same period they lost $113 billion was only $50 billion. So people paid $15 billion to lose $113 billion. This is some of the worst product. They lock you in for 8 to 10 years. The fees up front are incredible. And if you try to get out, good luck. You better read the fine print. They'll show you a wonderful model saying, look at this. Say you have $25,000. We'll put it in for 8 years, they'll tell you. So they'll say, let's split it up. They'll show you the model. Let's split it where you put in $16,921 in bonds. We'll get you into a bond, a zero coupon bond paying, let's say, 5%. We'll take then the other $16,000 and we'll put it in the stocks. There's your, and that you'll make on that 5% bond, you'll make $25,000 after 8 years. Isn't that a wonderful thing? So that you there's no way you can lose your principal. You can invest that other $8,000 in the stock market, even if you lose it. Oh, look what happened. You still have your $25,000, your original $25,000, because I bought you a 5-year. I bought you a zero coupon bond paying 5%. And on that $16,000, wow, it became $25,000. So even if you lost even if you lost the other $8,000 in the stock market, you're even. Wow, people jump in and sign up. Here's what they don't get: it's a ripoff. Not only does the salesman collect these huge fees up front. And remember what I just told you: how much money the investors lost $113 billion buying $50 billion worth of this. First of all, these salesmen collect huge fees up front in this product. They don't disclose. This product is loaded with risky derivatives. And typically, they lock your money in for about 8 to 10 years. And they really don't guarantee anything. They don't. See, the reason is principal protection products like this are meant to be held to maturity about 8 to 10 years. And if you need your money back early, you will pay incredible penalties. Also, what is in the fine print, and you won't see, they don't disclose any of that downside protection they offer. More often than not, only kicks in after you've already been in it 8 years. Then it kicks in. At the end of the 8 years, it kicks in. It's a scam. You may even have to hold it to 10 years. And look at, there's no upside to these things. And why would you pay somebody to go get you a bond to hedge against your stock? You can do that on your own without paying any fees. This is the biggest scam. Go online. Buy your own zero coupon bond. You can go online. You don't have to pay anybody commissions. Hedge your own stock if you want. But the biggest thing about these guarantee you don't lose principal, you're really being guaranteed you're not going to make any money. You don't make any money unless there's risk, and there's all kinds of ways to take that risk that you do have and hedge it. Not this way, getting screwed. But people jump into these things as soon as they hear, you never lose any principal. You never lose any principal. And then they tell you, oh, by the way, if you put in $100,000, we'll give you $10,000. You don't get it up front. What a scam. Look, let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. We're going to have a good stock market. We're going to clean out Aunt B. We're going to get rid of her monetary policy that's killed this country for 8 years. This free money has killed this country. It's killed savers. It's killed small businesses. Businesses can't go borrow money. We never had more small businesses close their doors in the history of this country. We have many more closing their doors than opening. And it's the small business that provides all of the best jobs in this country. This country is in such bad shape. So all you have to do, again, let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. This is a program for people that are so busy they can't breathe. We'll set you up, and I'm going to do it right now. If you call, you get your chart free for 4 weeks. You see how it works. You get the gang membership. The gang membership, you get everything all the other gang members get. The free coffee talk. You get if you want to come into the class, it's every morning from 9:30 to 11 o'clock. It's live. It's archived. All of it's archived. You get your updates all during the day. You get all your bonus stocks. But the best thing is we train you to stay with the same 5 top stocks. And you can pick out the ones you want. That's a wonderful program. The market's going to change for the better now. You don't have to worry, I'm going to lose all my money. Call 877-600-GANG and get your free MV2 color-coded chart right now. They're waiting for your call. 877-600-GANG.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog.